Welcome Twitch, welcome YouTube to our what is this, week 6?
Yes, week 6, because we're a week ahead of the NFL schedule.
Okay, well welcome to the week 6 Overtime podcast, and of course welcome the Spotify listeners. Again, gotta shout out the channels. I ain't wearing my hat today, so you guys can't see the logo for the Murdoch Gaming on YouTube. But Spotify, if you want to go ahead and follow the stream on video, it's Murdoch Gaming YouTube. Pretty simple. It's a wolf logo. You guys can't see that I'm wearing my breast cancer awareness stuff today. Real men wear pink or rock pink. Sorry. So we're gonna get into it. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, we do.
Sorry, I'm actually a little bit behind already because I was supposed to pull this up. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off with some esports news.
That's what I
And
have
it's
first, so.
and it's just real quick. Um, we're mainly going to be talking about the roster changes that have been happening. There's not too much. I don't really get into like Halo. I know Halo World Champions is coming up, which I'm a huge Optic fan, so obviously let's go formal. Um, so I do watch Optic Halo. Well, I should say Halo. But yeah, here we go. The biggest one I want to talk about is LA Thieves, man. Their roster is looking flat out the best. And I love Optic. I love Shotzi, Dashi, Kenny, and shit, I'm sorry. Fucking Pred, the Australian. Karma, he's a great coach, but this roster's looking this roster's looking scary for Thieves. They got Dan Ghosty, Scrappy, Hydra, and Dylan Envoy. Listen, I'm not big on Scrap. I love Scrap. I think I'm gonna like him a little bit more on Thieves than I would because I love Nadeshot. Nadeshot's literally my favorite character or favorite guy in esports ever. To me, he's the one that shaped esports the way it is now. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't really like Ultra, and I don't know if it was just wasn't all scrap. I think it was more like they were getting rid of players that was good, but I don't know. I felt like they treated their players great. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like they shouldn't have got rid of some of these players, like Insight, for the longest time. I think it was Insight, but they just treated them. I don't know. And the scrap comes in here. He lights up the scene. He's a rookie talking all this shit. Listen, I'm all about y'all talking shit, but go win something first. He was coming in. He wasn't talking. He was talking all this shit and never won anything. Once he started winning some majors, then I was like, all right,
Now talk your
you got
shit. Ugh.
now talk your shit. But like, don't be coming in there talking shit when this entire format's been changed from when I started watching. I started watching in Call of Duty Ghosts, so that's when I was an Optic fan. That's where I'm going to stay again. Nadeshot was the guy that I've always loved to watch. He shaped the esports the way it is now. I'm going to sit there and say that all day. I'll die on that hill. Um, However, I will take Scump over Nadeshot. If
Yeah,
I had to pick a team, if I had to pick a team, Scump's over Nadeshot. I'm sorry, Nadeshot. I love you, dog. But that's just what it is, and I think even Nadeshot would agree.
yeah, that's Chris's man is Scump. Every time I see a picture of Scump at Walmart at the Razer products, I'm like, it's your man, it's your man.
But yeah, so I think that was a cool. That's a major roster change there. I haven't really seen too much more. So pretty well all of C9. So New York Subliners went to C9. It's just a change. It's still, I guess, going to be held in New York, but they pretty well got rid of all their players except for Sib. So they're going to be basing their roster C9 around Sib, and I can't blame him. Sib's really good, but I mean, you got all these all stars now. You got Atlanta still looking good. Now you got Thieves looking dangerous, and then you still got Optic looking fantastic. So Sib's gonna have to have some help. He's gonna have to have some help. And I don't believe there's much more roster change than that as I've seen. Let me just double check here. So for this, I actually go to Dexerto, I guess that's how you say it. Esports on Twitter. That's how I find all my shit. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
Seems like a solid place to.
Well, usually they only announce stuff when it's made actual official.
Right? Yeah, they're pretty.
They don't post speculations a lot unless it's a retweet, which is different than posting. But yeah, that's all I'm seeing for now.
Okay.
Obviously, Ultra. It looks like Ultra is all restricted free agents as well. All of Ultra. Which, I mean, Scrap and Envoy just came from there, so. I mean. And I did like the one news article I read that Envoy was literally the Dark Prince for Nadeshot. He left LA Thieves, went to Ultra, stole Scrap, came back to the LA Thieves. Like, that was his sole purpose, was to go get Scrap.
Come with me, Scraps.
And I feel like it is definitely going to be different now. Because I loved when LA Thieves won the World Championship 3 years ago, however long ago it was. Because Envoy, okay? I love Envoy. Well, then he went to Ultra, and I didn't like Envoy. Like, I did. I think it's just Ultra I didn't like. And I don't know. I can't really explain it. Sometimes I'm a sports fanatic, dude. I love sports. And sometimes there's just a team you just don't like because you just don't like them.
Right.
And you can't really explain it. So, I mean, like the Lakers. I can't like the Lakers in the NBA.
You just don't like them, yeah.
I just don't like them. And sometimes it could come down to simple as the coach. I mean, I didn't like the Steelers for how long? And now all of a sudden, Justin Fields goes there, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
How am I supposed to feel? That's not going to happen with the Cowboys, though. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck them boys. But yeah, that's pretty well all I have for the esports news. Pretty well all of Ultra is going to be. Dude, that's loud. Pretty well all of Ultra is going to be. Restricted free agents, and that other team is looking. LA Thieves is looking phenomenal. All right. What are we at next, Alex?
Next is our little pie chart, which this is going to be a big inconvenience for YouTube. Not so much for the podcast, because you guys are just listening, but kind of for YouTube, this is going to be a little bit of an inconvenience. I made a boo-boo. I made a boo-boo, and I put this pie chart in the wrong chat, and we can't get it over to this chat. So we're going to have to go to the other chat. We're going to have to leave poor Ethan here by himself and go to the other chat.
I'm glad my camera worked right away.
Did mine?
No, but it'll be okay.
We're going to get this whiteboard up. Do this. So, for our Spotify listeners...
How do I get this on? That's dumb.
Do you see? Okay, yeah, you do. Okay, so for our Spotify listeners, because you guys can't see this, what I have is I have a little pie chart. It's divided into 3. There's a space for on track, needs work, and I put sitting pretty, which just means that they're, they're doing what they're supposed to. They're not really necessarily looking great for playoffs, but they're also not doing bad. They're not doing terrible. And then on the right-hand side, I have them all by their divisions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You have them
I
right.
have them all. I have all their little logos with their current season standings. So,
Whoa, I can change shit. Oh no, that's
yeah,
not
I
good.
know. That's the point. So, Chris, this doesn't really matter that Spotify can't see this because Chris is going to talk about most of this. So what Chris is going to do, Chris is going to talk about, okay, like he's going to start up here at AFC East. He's going to talk about the Bills. Okay, are the Bills on track to go to playoffs? Do they need work? I doubt it. Or are they sitting where they need to be to, like, you know, they could improve a little bit, but they're not.
Okay, let's get into it. So again, Spotify, head on over to YouTube if you want to watch this. Or follow live at Twitch. So we're just gonna go ahead and go from AFC to NFC. We'll go left to right. We'll just
Yeah.
do all of AFC and then we'll do all of NFC. So AFC East, we got the Bills sitting at 3-1, Jets sitting at 2-2, Patriots at 1-3, and the Dolphins at 1-3. So we're gonna go with the Bills. Oh wow, that's so cool. I can move that over. Oh, that's gonna bug me though. So I think the Bills right now, as long as everything keeps going the way it is for them, no injury, like not severe injuries, I should say.
Yeah.
I think they're on track. Um,
I agree.
yeah, sitting pretty. So what do you have? Oh, I'm confused. Needs work, on track. Let's change just sitting pretty. Can you change it to forget about it?
Yeah, if I know how to type. Forget
'Cause-
about it. Okay.
So like on track's a good one. Like that's the only good one we need. Needs work. I want to say needs work, but that also means they can still make it. So
Yeah. There's a chance still.
I'm gonna go actually put the Jets there. That's why I wanted to talk about needs work. And the reason I said the Jets need work still on they're just a little shaky. And I got some articles over here from other news sources. I'm not really stealing them, but I just like reading the titles from ESPN. And of course, you got the Pat McAfee show and First Take and all that. Stephen A wants to blame Rodgers for Jets' shaky start. I can't. I usually can agree with some Stephen A stuff. I just can't get behind that.
I mean,
Jets.
To me, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is doing terrible.
Last game he had a bad game.
Right.
But it was really muggy. But where the hell was that defense? I mean, the defense did what it needed to. Don't get me wrong. It was a low-scoring game. But, week one, you can kind of throw week one out of the window for about every game, every team there was. And that's understandable. But to make the playoffs, you got to win these early games. Okay? These early games is where it's a make or break for the playoffs. And I always said, yes, don't pay attention until week 5 or week 4.
Yeah.
But if you can get off to a 4-0 start like Kansas City and the Vikings.
Yeah.
You can slack out, and I don't want to say slack off, but you can slack off towards the end of the year.
Yeah, you can build up some endurance.
But you don't want to go into the playoffs having to win 3 games in a row in the regular season just to make the playoffs and then just get into playoffs.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to say Aaron Rodgers is the reason. I want to say it's just a team chemistry. I want to say defense and everything. And I'll talk about Davante Adams here a little later on. But the Patriots, I don't see them making.
I was going to say that's exactly where I was going to put them.
And I don't see the Dolphins. I don't even really have to talk about those two teams.
See, and I feel like the Dolphins, I don't know why I have so much faith in the Dolphins. I don't even like the Dolphins, but for some fucking reason, I keep thinking, oh, the Dolphins will do good. They'll turn it around.
I just don't.
I don't know
I've
why.
watched their games now for the last like couple weeks, and I just feel like Mike McDaniels is not
Not
Mike
doing calls.
McDaniels.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to the last year's Dolphins that were scoring a 75-point game or something?
Like, well, the reason I want to say Mike McDaniels is not doing Mike McDaniels. Okay, Tua is hurt. I understand, but you have two of the fastest wide receivers,
And maybe that's
one
where
of
my
the
faith
fastest
is.
running backs, one of the fastest running backs, and I don't know. You're not making play calls for them. Like,
Right.
do some trickery shit, dude. You're 1-3. Now's the time to pull out some bag of tricks. And I am gonna put it and forget about it because as much as a lot of people have faith in Tua, I said it in week 3. I said it before he got hurt, really. I don't have faith in Tua. I never really did. I just don't. So
They
that's
could
that.
they could turn it around, but they have some work to like a lot of work to do, not a little bit of work.
Now, to be fair, everybody, this is very early predictions.
It is.
So I'm not saying I'm gonna be wrong, but this is just very early bold predictions.
All right, we gonna
So
do
AFC
AFC
North,
North.
their Steelers is on track.
Yep,
They're
yep.
3-1. They're on track. Their defense is looking solid still. I'm gonna put the Baltimore
Ravens,
Ravens in
yeah.
there. I mean, they just fucking
I
put some
agree.
smack down to some teams. They just beat Dallas the week before. They just beat who the hell was it this week? The Bills. I
Yeah.
mean, the Browns. Yeah, they forget about it. And I'm putting them there because they had the number 1 defense last year, and for some reason, I don't see them
Right.
anymore. Um, and I think Alex does have this in regular standing order. So the
I
Bengals
do,
being
yes.
last in his division, I'm actually going to still have faith in them.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was gonna put them.
Burrow has late starts. 0-3. Their 0-3 teams never make the playoffs. Now this is a playoff predictions. 0-3 teams normally never make the playoffs, but I can see it happening this year. Jamar Chase is, he's looking like himself again. You got T. Higgins is back. Burrow just needs to get on a roll, and I could see it.
Yeah, I could too, absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about that. Besides, the only thing that they need to work on is probably their defense. I see their defense got to step up a little bit. And here we go, AFC West. You know what, Kansas City. I'm just putting them in a different.
they're in their own league.
Can we get a ref spot over here? Like they're just gonna get a Super Bowl because they get calls on them. And actually, we're gonna have clips about that here after this. Yeah, I'm putting them outside the circle. I don't like them. They're obviously on track, but there's just no way. I mean, they get. I get so tired of people saying, "Oh, you're just saying to get calls because you don't like it." No, dude, they're getting calls, man. They're getting calls. Just fucking deal with it and admit to it. You admit to it, I would probably like your fan base a little more. But right now, you're not admitting to it, so fuck you. Chargers. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know
Hmm.
about the
Hmm.
Chargers. Either on track or needs work, but I don't
I like to put it. See, it'd be all right. Just put it right in the middle.
put them in the middle. They just have a little bit of room
You
for
know,
improvement.
this is my podcast. This is Alex's podcast. I will put them in the middle. We're
I
gonna do
like
something
it.
a little crazy,
I
and
like
they're
it.
on track, but still needs a little work.
I like
You
it.
know, because the reason I'm putting them like that is, well, plain and simple. They got some injuries. Okay, they worked past some of these injuries, and
Yeah.
next thing you know, they're right there with Kansas City. I
Yeah.
mean, just saying. Um, these two teams. Broncos. Broncos is 2-2. So the rest of the AFC West, by the way, Kansas City's the only one with 4 wins. The rest of them are 2-2. So just a heads up for Spotify. I'm gonna go ahead and put Broncos in needs work. I'm not putting them in forget about it because I feel like maybe Bo Nix is starting to get a hang of this NFL thing, and maybe he starts kind of shining a little bit. But they do got a good coach. Oh, their coach is Pete Carroll, so I don't want to count them out. And I'm actually going to go ahead and put the Raiders in there. And
Okay, that's fair.
I can't say too much about the Raiders. Besides, I could see them. See, it's hard though because they might get rid of. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and put forget about it actually because Devontae's wanting out, and that's not a good sign. Gardner Minshew won't have no one to throw to. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna put them in there. Forget about it because if they get rid of Devontae Adams, it's over. But the reason I was gonna put them in needs work is because they did beat Baltimore.
They did, which shocked the hell out of me.
They have the potential to do good, but where are they at, dude? Like, where are you at? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I can. That's all I gotta say about the fucking Raiders. And Houston. I'm
Texans
gonna
are
go
doing
ahead and
good.
I put them right on track. And the reason I'm putting them on track is because I have them winning the Super Bowl. It's gonna be these
And
two.
they're doing good. I mean, they're so
I
far.
mean, I could almost put them in a needs work too. Like, so I could put them kind of with the Chargers here.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm only gonna say it's because their defense needs to be a little more stout.
Okay. They
Now I'm not.
They just need like a little push of something.
Let me put it this way: Tank Dell's leading in the receiving right now, and that's insane. Or Nico Collins, I think. And it's not by a little; it's by like 200 some yards, and that is big for a team. Now, let me actually look. Offensive leader, rushing. Yeah, Nico Collins. I was right. So he's leading the receiving yards. 489 yards is what he has. The guy in second is Malik Neighbors with 386.
Ooh.
So what I'm saying is I want to put them in the needs work category only because if they had the Lions defense, if they had good secondary work and a good defensive line, which their defense is not horrible, but it's got to be able to beat. And this is where it gets tricky because NFC used to be the toughest conference. Now we flip flop. Now we got the AFC as the toughest conference. The Houston Texans would need to be able to stop the Ravens offense, the Bills offense, and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie. Those 3 offenses are fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Like there's no way around that. Okay? You put those 3 offenses in the NFC, bro, NFC is winning the Super Bowl 9 out of 10 chances. Because you got a really good offense on the 49ers. You got the potential of Dallas Cowboys being a really good offense. And obviously you got Sam Darnold just balling out in Vikings.
He's going nuts.
And obviously you got Dan Campbell Soup in the Lions. They're not afraid to do anything. So, but those 3 offenses alone should scare the NFC.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, look at the Vikings. They beat the fuck out of Houston. Again, they need to be able to have a defense that can stop high-scoring teams, and they didn't. They didn't prove it against the Vikings. So that's what scares me. So I will have to put they're on track, a little bit more on track. Here, we'll just put the one horn and it needs work. The one horn because they just need a defense. Oh man, and AFC South. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Colts. It needs work. I don't have to do that because fucking Joe Flacco, man. I don't know why the hell he don't have a team. Besides, I mean, he's in the Colts, but like he should be starting. What are you laughing at?
Megan just sent me a freaking picture of Ethan and what he does while he waits for us.
Freaking Joe Flacco is a lot better than Anthony Richardson in my personal opinion. But I mean, look at the years of experience. Titans, you know what? Forget about it. Jaguars, Trey Lawrence, forget about it. All right, I don't even need to talk about those.
I agree. Yeah.
I think Will Levis lost his job this week.
Oh.
Just saying. When he got hurt, he hurt his shoulder, and hell, I don't even know his backup. That's how bad I am right now. That's how bad I am. I'm so sorry. Who is their fucking backup? Mason Rudolph. Ooh, that's even sad. It's even more sad. Mason Rudolph looking better than
You mean
Will
like
Levis.
you mean like he was looking better? Wasn't he the one that the Steelers put in?
Yeah.
And he did
Yeah.
better, and we were all like, "Oh man."
So NFC East now. We got a tough one here. I'm gonna go ahead and put fucking Washington on track.
Yeah, Washington's doing pretty good.
The fact that they didn't punt in the last like 3 games that's huge. You're winning games if you don't punt.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple. We done bought. I'm gonna put in forget about it. No, I won't. I won't be biased this time. I am gonna put needs work because their offense does not show me what it needs to do.
The Eagles.
I'm gonna put more on track, and a little bit of needs work because they still need some work on. I don't know if it's a play calling this year or something, but
Something's
they
off.
just yeah, it's not looking good. Giants, it's not your year, buddy.
When is it ever their year?
I know y'all looking pretty hot sometimes, and you just don't know how to close the game out. Like, I can see you guys beating Dallas, and I can see you guys beating anyone in your division, honestly. But
It's
just
just
don't
not
got.
happening.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not happening. Oh my god, I don't know why I keep yawning. NFC North, we got the Vikings. They're on
they're
track.
definitely on track.
Lions is on track.
Yep,
There's no debate about those two.
I think the Bears. I think they could go under needs work, maybe. But I don't know because I haven't really. What?
These two are hard. I'm gonna split the difference between forget about and needs work.
Okay. They're not. So to you, they're not looking too hot, but if they change something, it'll.
You just can't put this pressure on a rookie quarterback.
That's fair.
I don't know how to. That's why I put Bo Nixon needs work because.
That's fair.
Now, of course, I got Jade Daniels over there on fucking. But the reason I have Jade Daniels on there, you got Dan Quinn.
Right.
As a head coach. Sorry about that. You got Dan Quinn as a head coach. That guy is incredible. Okay, right. He was with Dallas last year, so I don't know. I just feel like it does come a lot with the head coaching, and I don't know. Green Bay. I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in needs work.
I agree with that.
I'm not changing that because they
look good and then they don't look good, and then they look good and then they don't look good.
They need to play in the first half. Like, I'm not saying you need to ball out in the first half. There's a lot of second half teams.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, you can't get too far behind and expect to come back and win every game. You need to keep that margin. You know, if you want to go down by 2 touchdowns in the first half, that's one thing. But going down 3 or 4, if they were down 3 touchdowns in the last game, they're winning that. I mean, plain and simple. But it was too far behind. Let's just go ahead to NFC West. Seahawks, they're looking phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and put the 49ers on track. Now, they didn't have as hot start as they did last year.
To be fair, though, and personally, I hate putting all the blame and all the glory on one player, but I do feel like when they get McCaffrey back, it might be different.
Well, see, and that's the thing, though. A lot of people saying that, and I'm a sports fanatic, so I'm going to make you look like an idiot here. Jordan Mason's actually on track to make 1,800 yards, which is the most in 49er history.
Oh, okay.
So, you can say that.
Okay.
But the reason I'm going to put them on track is because of Brock fucking Purdy.
Yeah,
He's been
agree.
carrying this team on his back. Now, Jordan Mason does have a lot to do with it. Their defense, though, needs to step up. With Fred Warner being questionable this week, though, I mean, Fred Warner's the key to our defense. I'm going to just be honest. And he gets hurt, I'm going to have to switch my picks up. They're going to have to go needs work.
That's fair.
And I'm actually going to put Arizona in the middle.
Okay, that's an interesting considering they're 1-3.
They have the potential to be there, but I don't know if it's just a coach. Again,
just a disconnect somewhere.
Of all 32 teams, guys. This is an overtime podcast. I work 80. I don't want to say 80 hours. It feels like I work 80 hours. I work at least 40 to 50 hours a week. So I don't own a paving crew. So I just can't. I just can't keep up with all the things going on in the sports. So
Not
you guys
to
got
this
to cut me
degree,
some
yeah.
slack. I would love to do this for a full-time job, but I just can't. So I can't watch all their games, obviously. So I'm going to have to say it is a coaching. It could be a coaching thing. It could be just a offense and rookie wide receiver thing. Well, Harrison Jr. is doing good, but the problem is, are their timings correct? Again, last year you had Green Bay, one of the youngest offensive teams in the league, and they're over there. They're balling out in the end of the year. Beginning of the year, they sucked. Halfway through the season, they start balling out because they were young. They had to get their timing. Once you start getting your timing, and that's why I'm so glad Brock Purdy's got his. And Ayuk now fucked him this year because he didn't come to training camp, so it fucks your timing up. And wide receiver quarterback relationships all about timing, man. Like some of the great quarterbacks, I know they can do it. They never really talked about it, but I know I could do it. You do your 3-step drop, your shotgun. You do all your motions. You should be able to pass that ball to your receiver with your eyes closed. Just saying. I know a lot of the great quarterbacks can do it. Because it's all down to timing. You know your receiver's speed, you know when he's going to cut, where he's going to cut, and that's what makes great quarterbacks. So I just feel like it could just be a timing thing. It could be a defensive thing. It could be anything at this point. I'm just naming everything at this point because I can't watch them. But if I had to lean towards anything, I'm always going to lean against the defense because I'm a huge defensive guy. If you can hold that team to under 3 points, you're winning the game.
Yeah.
Defense wins championships. LA, they're going to need some time, I think. I think they might as well. They're good, though. I'm going to split them.
But that's to say, just split them, yeah.
And the reason I got to split their injuries. I mean, they on paper have the best offensive line, but they're all hurt. Puka Nacua, he's hurt. You got Cooper Kupp's hurt. I mean, who knows what's going to happen when they come back. And NFC South, we got the Bucks
the Bucks are looking good.
on track. I'm going to go ahead and put the Falcons on track. Dude, all of them on track, really.
Yeah, I know.
Saints on track.
Except
the
Panthers.
So I got Bucks, Falcons, Saints all on track, and that's scary because those teams are just, I mean, NFC South. I have a Matt Ryan jersey over here. Yes, I also have a Drew Brees jersey. I am a very contradicting person. I've always had one team. A lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, well, you switched up because you liked Atlanta." Yeah, you're right. I did like Atlanta. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about this. I did like Atlanta, but my problem with Atlanta was their management sucks. If I don't like a team and the way they manage their team, I'm leaving that team. Just like any other fucking player would. And the reason I left Atlanta is because I don't feel like they did Matt Ryan enough. When Matt Ryan was there, they had one good year where they had a decent defense, and then all of a sudden they just kind of gave up on the offensive line. So Matt Ryan started getting rushed, and he was a pocket passer. That's what he was doing. And I don't know, just 28-0 lead in the Super Bowl, and you fucking blow it. Defense, where are you at, dude? Just saying. I know you're going against Tom Brady, but 28-0. Offense probably could have scored there a couple times too, but Jesus Christ, man. Defense wins championships, and you couldn't win it. So, yeah. Just a side little story there. I just feel like they're on track this year. I can almost put them with the Cardinals, Eagles, Houston, and Chargers in the needs work on track. Just because, again, it comes down to timing. A new quarterback coming in. Starting a new receivers. He's got to get his timing down with the receivers because, I mean, there's some fast motherfuckers on the Falcons. And, well, the Saints. It's just Saints. They're always in playoff contention, it seems like, since Reggie Bush was on the team. So, I can't knock that. But that's my list. That's what I have. And fuck Kansas City.
Kansas City is just...
But, yep. That's my list. Again, Spotify, if you want to see it. It's a fucking jumbled mess, and I love it. It's on YouTube, Murdoch Gaming YouTube. And I think now we're just going to go ahead and switch back over to the recording chat. Yep. Alex fucked up. All right. Now Alex's camera works.
I'm here.
Yeah, I see your little stupid smile.
Alright, that was a fun little activity. You want to do the clip next?
What the fuck? Do what?
I know what you just saw. I said, you want to watch that clip next before we jump into injuries and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess we could have done that in the chat too, but oh well. Idiot.
Hell?
So, Spotify, again, this is a YouTube and Twitch exclusive only. I'm going to go ahead and just click watch stream real quick before I talk about it more. What was that?
Let me turn it in.
Yes, we're talking to... Or, yes, we're stealing someone's video. Oh, wow. You couldn't do that, and now we gotta watch the ad.
It's okay, I'm gonna...
Anyway, so week 4 had some... We're getting later into the season. I don't want to say late in the season, but we're week 4, dude. Okay, now we're on week 5. Our refs need to fucking step it up here because there were some bad calls. And I'm not just talking, again, I'm a 49er guy, so if you watch the 49er game, there were some bad calls on 49ers. So look ahead, play it, Alex. You don't have to unmute it yet.
Oh, okay, so I can just play it.
Yeah, I'll tell you when to unmute it though. It's coming up. So pretty much Kittle gets a holding call. Go ahead and unmute this. Sorry. So you can actually he got a flag right there.
Yeah,
And I don't understand why. I was so pissed off. And you'll hear the announcer talk about it here. Guys, we gotta do better. You can hear him saying, "What?"
Yeah.
What? So right there's the hold. He was inside. He was inside his pad. So you can't be outside the shoulder pads. You can be inside. Right there, you heard him. It's just not a hold. Exactly. You can grab his jersey, but you can't restrict him. But you're going to be inside the pads. And again, if you're watching this with us, go ahead and pause it. If you're watching this, you can see that he's inside the outside of his pads. So I know that sounds confusing. So I'm going to do as much as I could here and try to explain it for Spotify. So the outside of your shoulder pads, they kind of stick out past your shoulders about maybe an inch or two. So imagine your shoulder blade. So more or less, you can grab onto their pecs. That's what I'm going to be able to say for Spotify.
Okay.
You can grab on the inside of their jersey. Now you go outside and you grab a hold of their shoulders. That's a hold because now you're restricting them twisting in their arm movement. But if you're inside that, there's no restrictions.
Yeah, they're still able to freely move.
Yes, exactly. So Kittle's one of the best blockers in the game for a tight end and a wide receiver. So for him to get that, I mean, obviously he was.
Well, even the announcers are like, what?
He was verbally upset. Go ahead and hit the arrow key and just like play. Well, hit play first and then just skip ahead on your keyboard.
Oh, like that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm glad you skipped it finally. So this next call, and now there's 3 calls I want to talk about in just the 49er game. Again, I'm a 49er fan. I don't want to be biased. But this was the worst game I've seen in a long time. So pause it.
He's moving him down. So watch. He puts his hands out.
Hit the space bar, Alex. So this play was on the same drive. Purdy threw 3 touchdowns in one drive.
That's really sad.
What happened on this drive was they got them for illegal formation. So let me explain illegal formation now. Illegal formation is you can't be heading up the field. So if you're in arena football, you can do that. Okay, arena football allows you to go forwards before the ball is snapped. NFL, you're not allowed to do that. Okay? So, and you can't have more than one person in motion, which they were both in motion. However, you heard him say Kittle threw his arms up to let Brock Purdy know, don't go, we're not set. And as you watch this clip, again, the announcer will say it, I don't see the call. They both was not moving. Okay? Again, refs, you need to do better. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but this was a very controversial drive. Okay? If they didn't get a touchdown here, it didn't look good. Okay? The fact that there was no holding call took away a touchdown. There was no real illegal motion here. Took away a touchdown. I'm just saying this could have changed the momentum of the fucking game.
Yeah.
So go ahead and play it.
I think they look set.
Yeah, so you heard him say, all right, hit the back key so you can reverse it. Yeah, so you can actually watch it. All right, go ahead. Yep, go ahead and watch it.
We got 2 guys. Let us get set.
Look, set. They're set, dude. They're not moving. So, all right, pause this one. This one's going to be a pass interference. And I went over this, what was it, last week, Alex?
I think so, yeah.
So, Spotify, I can't help you on this one. You're just going to have to go watch this call. Just play it. You're just going to have to watch this call.
Wow, throws it to the sideline, and they're going to get a first down.
That's an awesome play.
Stevenson took it ahead.
Man, that's so
What,
fun.
for them going like
Legal block
this?
in the back on the offense, number 11. That's a 10-yard penalty.
Oh yeah, this is actually a push in the back.
Overall pretty boring.
So this was, sorry,
Take a look at
I was a little ahead, and that's a bad call, and that's against us. That was a Patriots call. I didn't agree with that. So here's the pass interference. So sorry, there was one in there just willy nilly. I forgot about that. Go reverse it. Sorry. So reverse a little bit more. Okay, so actually, pause it. Right there is not pass interference.
Yeah,
It should be
I'm
more
confused.
pass interference on number 1. Okay? So, again, pass interference is pretty well restricting the receiver to not be able to catch the ball.
Right.
And you got to be able to, you got to look for the ball. You got to
Which-
make sure you don't tackle the dude. I mean, it's
Maybe-
pretty plain and simple.
Maybe you
Well,
can.
that's a bad call.
Maybe you can shed light since we're talking about pass interference. In my head, isn't the point not to get the person to catch the ball?
Yes, but you can't restrict them from not catching the ball.
But see,
So-
to me, that's what your job is.
Okay, I get. Well, then we could just tackle them off the line. That makes no sense. You use common sense here. So what I'm saying is both receiver and defender has a chance for the ball, but you cannot restrict one another from the ball. You see what I'm saying? If it's blatant, they're going to get called.
Right.
I mean, a pass interference is usually a blatant call. This was not blatant at all. They're both grabbing a hold of each other.
Right. That's why I'm confused on that.
They both got their arms extended. You should be confused. This is not pass interference. That's what I'm saying. You should be confused on this call because it's not pass interference. The one last week. Do you remember the guy last week in the back of the end zone? The guy didn't even have his head turned and he tackled the dude. It was
Yeah.
Kansas City Falcons.
Yeah.
Kansas City Falcons. That's pass interference. This is not. I mean, go ahead and just rewind it a little more and just play it.
Right on.
That was the block in the back. So here's pass interference.
Pass interference.
See how number 1 grabs a hold of him more?
Yeah.
An automatic first down.
I just
Yeah.
don't get it. You gotta do better than that. I'm sorry, that's not pass interference. All right, let's go to the next clip. We're done with the
Please
49
reset the
game.
game clock.
I don't know if
2
they
seconds.
play it again or not.
2 seconds on the game clock in the third quarter.
They're both got arms on each other.
Mhm.
Now watch, where are they looking? Watch where they're looking.
See?
Both
And
looking
you got
back,
Mike
both
Pierre is
looking
one of the
back.
top
To
end.
me, this is kind of, you just let them play through this, and I don't see this as interference. And I am in
And I
Los
like
Angeles.
this. Mike Pierre is one of the rules analysts. That's why I like when he comes in. Mike Pierre is one of the rules analysts. He's one of the ones that helps write the rules. So for him to come in and say it wasn't pass interference,
Yeah, that's
so that's why you are confused. So yes, Alex, you should be confused on why that was
Okay.
pass interference. But in the rule book, it states you both cannot restrict them. All right, so let's play this one. I think it's this one. Let me just.
Face mask.
Yep, dude, this is the Dallas one.
We're trying to find the penalty and whether or
All
not
right.
Bellinger actually got
So
it
pause
in the
it.
face mask.
Okay, down here on the bottom screen, guys, you'll see. I can't remember the number, but the Dallas Cowboys will actually face mask the Giants guy. They called it on the Giants.
what?
So go ahead and play it. It makes
That's
no
the
fucking
linebacker
sense.
Overshown. Remember, this
Oh
is a
yeah, I
15-yard
see where he's
penalty.
holding his face
on
mask.
82 blue. He never touches his face mask. Instead, 13.
You see where his arms are.
Does grab
So-
the face mask.
Here I have a question. Oh, I paused that at the right time. So a call like that, like some of these calls, do they not get challenges? Can they not
You
challenge?
can't. You can't. That's the problem, and that's why I said if you're gonna have replay assist on some of these bad calls, you need to do them all of them. Every single call needs a replay assist
Okay, that
Just-
I agree with that.
because that would have been like, okay, well, hold on, dude.
Yeah, whoa,
Like,
whoa, whoa.
stop. That's the wrong team, brother.
Yeah,
like-
yeah. Know your colors, my guy.
We don't have to watch this when there's nothing. It's just Aaron Rodgers being heated again. He does that meme face.
I love his fucking faces.
Go ahead. You can probably see it here.
Started 2 of 9. He's hit on 9 of his last 12.
Skip it a little bit.
14 yards through the 20.
Second time.
5-yard penalty. Third down.
Here comes
Second
his
time David
face.
Hall getting a false start.
And that's 10 penalties overall against New York.
Here it comes.
Watch Hall.
The frustration.
They talk about it.
Yep. Caught him
The
on
frustration's been building. Here it comes.
wing. There are those
I'm
eyes.
serious, yeah, dude.
There are those
All right. Next, we gotta go to the next game. Yeah, I think it might be this one here. Hold on, play it. I don't know if it's this one or the next.
And caught at the goal line, and no, he did not get in.
And the only reason I'm bringing this one up,
Dobbs, shy of the goal line. But it has to be
they get a
2 minutes. Does he have possession? Nope, he does not.
15-yard penalty on this. Matt LaFleur is all the way down there. All right, pause it. Why am I pissed off about this one? We got another Kansas City one in here. Okay, so Matt LaFleur, the head coach, is running down the sideline to call a timeout. The line judge. I said it last week. I'll say it this week. The line judge has very easy jobs to see if anybody's offside. Okay, he's the one. So a line judge is pretty well the guy lined up, looking right down between the offense and the defensive line. So they literally get tunnel vision.
Okay.
Okay, and they got the ball in the middle. So if anyone's over the line on either side, they throw the flag. Okay, it's offside. His job is pretty simple. Make sure nobody's offside. If they do, you get a penalty. Make sure nobody false starts. If they do, you get a penalty. And if a motherfucking coach is calling timeout.
Yeah.
Okay? So, the reason I'm bringing this one up, Matt LaFleur is running down the sideline. And I don't know if it shows it in this clip or not, but I was watching this game. And he's calling timeout. Here's the side ref. Okay? The side judge. Spotify, I'm just going to, verbally explain this. He's looking at the ball. He looks to his right at Matt LaFleur, looking right at him. Matt LaFleur calls a timeout right in his face. He looks back at the ball, and then back to Matt LaFleur. He never singled for a timeout. And it just baffles me because the dude looked right at the head coach calling a timeout, didn't blow the play dead. Well then, obviously Matt LaFleur is pissed off because he's like, hey, hold on, timeout.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
So he gets a fucking 15-yard penalty on it for no reason. But why am I pissed and why did I bring up Kansas City? Okay. Certain coaches cannot call timeout. One of them being the defensive coordinator. Why am I bringing that up? It's because I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I hate names, dude. I hate names. The defensive coordinator for Kansas City, which is really good. He's really good. He's running down the sideline calling timeout. First off, the ref needs to understand who that guy is, and he needs to ignore it. But if it gets to the point where a ref can't ignore it, then they throw the flag. So
go ahead. No, finish your sentence.
I'm just saying, why in the hell are they allowing Kansas City's coordinators not allowed to call timeout and getting away with it?
So
when Matt LaFleur is literally doing the same thing.
So here's my question. And I think I know the answer to this because you talk about it all the time. The refs should get fined for these bad calls, but they don't. Can the NFL do anything about some of these calls? Can they look back and say, well,
the only thing that really happens is the best refs go to the playoffs. Well,
okay.
I'm pretty sure what happens is they get more money for going to the playoffs. It's kind of like an incentive.
Okay, so as long as the refs are making good calls during the game. Okay. I just didn't know if, the NFL could be like, hey, you guys let the defensive coordinator call a timeout, and you should have ignored that. I didn't know if they could, I don't know. they can find the players for stupid shit. I didn't know if they could.
Well, and that's the next thing.
Like,
I think it happened. It was the Ravens too.
Like, could they have fined the Chiefs for even attempting to do that? I guess.
No, it's not something that you get fined. It's just something that happens. It's not something you should, like. I'm just saying he shouldn't have got a 15-yard penalty because literally the fucking ref looked at him.
Right.
I'm gonna be visibly upset too, man. Like, you looked right at me and didn't call the play dead.
Yeah.
And again, I'm gonna bring it up. It was same week. It was this week. The Ravens had an injury timeout. Well, they called a timeout right after that. Well, now again, knowing that they came off a timeout, you can't call 2 timeouts in a row. That's a flag. However, it is the ref's job to ignore that. Okay? If he knows that the Ravens just called a timeout or an injury timeout, they can't call another timeout.
Right.
So that ref's supposed to ignore it. He didn't even ignore it. He just...
But I guess my question is, like, when I go to my job, I know what I can and can't do. So I get in trouble when I do something I know I shouldn't be doing. So why does...
I get that, but what I'm saying is, okay, an injury timeout's not a timeout that they actually take.
Right.
So, yeah, it's going to get confusing sometimes. So, my thing is, what happened with the Ravens game was they called a timeout. So, unless, like, John Harbaugh is out on the fucking field, or Jim or whoever, one of the Harbaugh brothers, is out on the fucking field making a disturbance, the ref's supposed to ignore that, and he didn't. Well, then they got together like, oh, wait, they just came out of a timeout. So it was actually both parties' fault, but they still get flagged for it.
Well, okay, fair, okay.
Because the play was dead. I mean, they called the play dead. Now, if the ref would have just ignored it, he would have went back to Harbaugh and explained to him why he ignored his timeout. But, hey, I would have gave you a flag if you...
Well, okay, yeah, see, like, that's my question. Like, but not so much with that. Like, I understand that, but, like, if I'm a defensive coordinator and I know that I'm not allowed to call timeouts, why am I even attempting to call a timeout? Just to see if the refs will let me? Like...
Something just didn't line up right. That's just what he did. That's just, I mean, it happens. It does happen. It doesn't, it's not a, I'm just saying.
The refs need to be.
One coming down the field, you got Matt LaFleur doing the same thing here, and it's just.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Get ahead. I think there's one more game.
Oh, yeah, he's pissed.
Come out. I'm guessing it's...
Oh, yeah, he's pissed. Oh, shit.
Again, I think it shows it here, though. You can literally see him. They score right after this, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's literally fucking right after this, all this shit happens, they score a touchdown, which I found fucking hilarious. It's bringing me contact again.
Shut up.
Just so dumb. It was a dumb. It should have been a fucking flag, dude.
To Coach LaFleur's behavior, if he is running down the sideline to call timeout, we do allow that because he's running down to call the timeout. It's obvious at this point, as we see from this shot, that this doesn't look like he's calling timeout at this point.
Oh yeah,
he's
heated.
Frustration. It appears
look,
he's out of his team area. And he's doing not down there for a timeout. Now we see him calling a timeout after this. But, well, I take that back, guys. If he's doing that prior to, he's upset that they didn't recognize the timeout early and is running down. I think that's the conversation he's having with Bill Vinovich right now.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, that was, I agree.
All right, skip ahead a little bit here. I don't know if, I think there was one more game I wanted to see. Talk about. I don't remember. Keep going. Just skip till I tell you. Advertisements. Yeah, right here.
Wide open Cooper on the
Damn!
at the 50-yard line to the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown Browns. And a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Offense, number 53.
Yeah, watch this.
Take the points off the board.
What happened? He said. Look what happened.
Backup center who's now in for the injured Ethan Posick, Nick Harris.
Wow. Right side of your screen. Harris is right there. Again, it's when Watson steps up. Harris needs to try to keep moving his feet. Oh, I don't like that call at all.
Yeah, he
We
didn't
need
really
to get
grab
another
him.
angle of that. They called that a hold. Watch 53. You're allowed to grab.
That's
like
not
that.
holding.
Inside the framework.
He's in great
of
position.
Watson.
Inside the frame.
That's where you want to be. Everything he's doing right there is good. Let's see the very end of it. Right. Oh man.
Bad call. Bad call. Again, you seen what I was talking about. You can be inside. As soon as you're outside the pads. Actually, can you actually reverse that?
Yeah. Back to
That was a
like,
good angle. Oh yeah. Right there. Look, just hey,
That's where you
right there. That
wanna
is.
be.
Hold, pause it.
Everything
Right there is what I'm talking about. So you
Yeah,
see
he's
his
good.
number.
53, yeah.
You see, okay. You see. No, look at the other dude's number.
8. Is it 8?
Yeah, we'll go with 8. It might be 85 or who gives a fuck. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
matter. If you can see that number, that's not a holding call. Okay, so
Okay.
let's use the Browns uniform as example. Okay, look at Watson's jersey. You see his jersey?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the stripes on his jersey,
So
on
if
his
they're
sleeves.
covered, I assume if they're covered,
If his hands is on those stripes,
it's holding.
that is not a holding call
Okay.
because that restricts your movement.
Okay.
And dude, I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know if Ethan's ever had this problem or not, but when a big motherfucker grabs a hold of you and he grabs you by the shoulders, you're not motherfucking moving.
No.
Okay? It seems like just a little bit of a difference, but it makes the difference.
Yeah.
Because if he grabs you here, there's a lot of things you can do. He grabs you here, there's not a lot of things you can do. You don't got the force no more. You can't. Dude, this is tough. I'm just saying. I'm a small dude. I'm 180 pounds. The dude grabs you by the shoulders, and he's like him, probably 400, maybe. I mean, you're not going anywhere. So that was the last one I wanted to talk about because
Okay.
it was just a really bad call. I'm not watching this whole thing. There was a lot more. I'm gonna be honest, but we'll just go with that. I just wanted to go over some of the worst calls, and those right there was probably what I would think is the worst. So, can we just do better? All right, next on the agenda.
Next, we're going to talk about our little injuries. Some of these, there was a person that you mentioned that I needed to write down, and I'll be honest, I couldn't remember who it was, and I was going through the list, and I'm like, I don't recognize any of these names that he told me to write down. So, it's possible I still got it.
Yeah, just
And I was smart this time, everybody. I actually wrote down what team the injury was for, so that I knew. So the first one that stuck out to me is Ray McLeod III.
the ace for the Falcons.
Listed as limited. Question.
I feel like it's a big one, but I think he'll be all right. I think the
Um,
Falcons will be all right without him.
Next, I have for the Cowboys. I have Micah Parsons, doubtful. Said he was seen wearing a boot and using a scooter.
That's a big one.
Yeah, it says he's doubtful, not questionable, not out, but doubtful.
Doubtful is worse. Doubtful means he's probably not coming out.
Right.
And again, it's fucking. They just play the Giants, right? It's that fucking dude. I'm just gonna say it. That turf.
Messes with
If it-
you.
Well, no, it does. But this turf, they call it the Green Monster or some shit. It's the Jets and the it's the Jets and the Giants' stadium. They share a stadium.
Yeah, they share
Yeah,
MetLife. Yeah.
Okay. That stadium is known to hurt a lot of motherfuckers, bro.
That's crazy.
Again, well, look at last year. What happened to Aaron Rodgers? He wasn't even touched
Yeah.
in the turf monster. It's the turf monster. I think that's what they call it, the turf monster. And it got him. There's been so many injuries at MetLife They need to switch. They need to do something, dude. They need to do something.
Speaking of MetLife, I've been in MetLife Stadium.
Well, don't step on the fucking turf. It'll get you. Seriously, if you actually go back, maybe next week's podcast, you can go back and look at all the injuries that happened at MetLife.
We could do that a little.
Do a non-contact or like limited contact, because there's a lot of non-contact Achilles tears.
Just from the turf.
Literally from the turf. So the NFL needs to do something, dude. Honestly.
And then, of course, the Chiefs. Is it Rashi? How do you pronounce his name?
Rasheed Rice.
Rasheed Rice. Okay. He's out. Says he's out till October 20th at least, because they don't. It says here they don't know the severity.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
I was gonna say it's probably not good though. So the next one I have is Davante Adams. I had to put him on this because of the way ESPN wrote it on their injury report. Adams informs the Raiders on Tuesday that he prefers to be traded rather than to continue playing in Las Vegas. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so he was visibly frustrated on the sideline. He was explaining to one of his teammates that, I normally don't get hit like this. I never got hit like this anywhere else. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Which, you know what? He's probably right. But it's football. I mean,
like, I'm just, it's just funny to me.
If you don't want to get hit in a contact sport, don't play a contact sport.
If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen.
But I
do get it though. I do get it.
I'm 70-30 with him on that, because, okay, Tom Brady, for instance, he would always say, okay, if I'm playing the Ravens, I'm not throwing the ball in the middle. Ed Reed's going to kill you. Ray Lewis is going to kill you.
Right.
He's not putting his wide receivers in harm's way. For him to have a not even a good quarterback, Gardner Minshew's not even he's not an Aaron Rodgers. So Davante came from Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr. He came from really good quarterbacks. So those quarterbacks also are like Tom Brady. They're not going to try to put you in harm's way. They're not throwing you a wide open ball in the middle when you're going to get killed. And I think that's what Davante was trying to say, is these balls are being thrown and they're just being thrown. They're not placed anywhere. They're just, oh, here's the ball, go try to catch it. Like, I understand a lot of people that don't watch football is going to say, well, yeah, that's kind of how the game's played. No, it's not. You're supposed to put the ball where only the receiver can get it and not get your receiver killed, because Justin Jefferson's a good one. If you put him in harm's way and he gets hurt, you might be losing that game, because Justin Jefferson's a star wide receiver.
You have to learn how to adapt.
Yes.
To the other team.
Minshew's throwing the ball where Davante feels safe, because it's one thing to be able to get your hand on the ball and catch it, but it's also another thing where it's way overthrown and you're completely stretched out. Now you're getting a helmet in the side. Dude, that hurts.
Yeah, ouch, yeah. I bet.
So I can understand where Davante is coming from, but again, it's football. You're going to have to get used to it, dude.
The next one I had on my list, I want to say that I'm shocked. I'm both shocked and not shocked. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, his push is probably hurting.
No, it says Rodgers said Tuesday on the Pat McAfee show that his knee feels swollen.
He's getting old, dude.
Age.
Yeah, he's just getting old.
And then the last two I have are on the 49ers. Fred Warner, of course. I have Fred Warner on there. It's just funny, though, the way that they word it. Warner ankle lock, 7 tackles, 4 solo, and a 45-yard pick 6. Like, they don't even give a fuck about the injury. They're like, look how impressive this man is.
Okay, so yeah, he did. He kind of tweaked himself. So I got more news on the 49ers about that. So Warner and George Kittle did not participate in practice today.
Okay.
Along with Jacob Cowling, Chris Conley, D. Winters, and Yetur Gross Matos, whoever the fuck that guy is. It limited to practice was Hufanga, Jordan Elliott, Kevin Givens, And Demetrius Flanagan Fouls, which is a linebacker, we do need him. I'm not going to say we don't.
Yeah.
I actually want to add one more injury to this list because it's a pretty doozy one.
I mean, I have one more injury on this list, but go ahead with yours. I want to see what yours is.
Dolphins pass rusher Jaleen Phillips.
Oh no, I don't. This is another 49ers I have on mine. So
yeah, well, Jaleen Phillips, that's a pretty big one. He's a pretty good pass rusher, and that's again why I put Dolphins kind of
on the.
I put them out of the playoff, like right for my I put them.
Yeah.
It's either needs work or whatever.
Yeah.
I put him low. He will. It's season ending. His is a season-ending injury, so he will have surgery. He's gonna go. Yeah, it doesn't say where his surgery is. It just says season-ending injury. So yeah, it's not good.
The last injury I have on my list is Juszczyk. Says his shoulder.
He's probably just sore.
It just says Juszczyk is considered day-to-day due to a shoulder injury.
But then again, he practiced today.
Well, so that's a good sign. But
I mean, this was the updated list 4 hours ago who did not participate in practice and who was limited. So he wasn't even on that list. So I'm assuming Juszczyk probably practiced.
Okay. Next. Actually, okay, yeah. Before we do that, I have our season record so far.
All right, give me 1 minute on that. I want to talk about the Davante Adams since we were putting him on the injury list. So he since he's wanting traded, I feel like the possible best fit for him. I actually watched somebody on Davante Adams, and he was talking about him going to the Saints, and I was like, why the hell? Like, why would that be the best fit? He actually explained it, and I'm not sure who it was. I'm so sorry. I can't quote this. He was talking that his Davante Adams, high school receiver coach, while he was in high school, helped him be a wide receiver, and then moved up to college.
Okay.
Well, then recruited him to his college.
Okay.
Well, then Davante Adams then, worked with him off season. Like if he was in the off season, he would go. His wide receiver coach would help him.
Okay.
Well, then he got signed to the Saints.
Oh, so they're trying to make like a 360 back to the Saints.
What makes it even better was he also explained that Derek Carr was his quarterback in college.
Huh.
So why wouldn't you go to the Saints? And I tell you what, it's a pretty good example. But I would make a bet where he would land, and I got 3 places I think he's going to go. Saints.
Okay.
Just because of what that guy said. Back to Aaron Rodgers, because I'm going to tell you right now, that team would be very dangerous with another wide receiver.
That's fair.
Very dangerous. And lo and behold, Rasheen Rice just got hurt, so guess who Kansas City might get?
Okay.
And I would hate that shit. I would hate Davante even more. Okay? The reason I want to say I kind of hate on Davante a little bit was when he left. So when he left Green Bay, he pretty well told everybody that it's nice. He thought Derek Carr was better than Aaron Rodgers, and I was just like, bro, relax.
You gotta chill, my guy.
Relax, dude. Like Derek Carr is good, but he's not all pro Aaron Rodgers. Like, chill, dude.
Right,
chill.
Right.
But that's all I gotta say about that. I feel like those 3 teams are.
So last week, I think, as far as NFL goes, last week we both did okay last week, actually. I will have to say, we both made out almost even. Chris, you had, for last week, you were 9-6.
Damn.
You want to take a guess what mine was?
8-7.
7 and 8.
It was opposite this
It
time.
was opposite this time.
So we'll go through them real quick.
Hold on. For anybody that's new, the first 3 weeks of NFL, I've got an 8 and 7 each week, and then fourth week I got a 7 and 8. So Chris is sitting at 37-23, and I'm sitting at 31-29. So we're both still positive.
And this week picks, I'm winning that fucking $1,600, motherfucker.
I can't wait to see what your picks are.
By the way, YouTube, Twitch, everybody, Spotify, you guys want to see my bets? Again, it's at the end of the podcast. It's at the end of the segments. It's at the very end. I got to sign in and do all this. I actually won a bet last week, motherfuckers. I won 325 big ones, and I'll show that after the end. Again, it's a YouTube exclusive only, so go to YouTube, subscribe, watch that shit. But let's go over these games. I had the Cowboys beating the Giants.
Yep.
Easy one there. I had the Falcons beating the Saints. Y'all didn't want to fucking believe me.
Yeah, and that's one I got wrong.
I had the Vikings over the Packers. Boom, shakalaka, bitch.
Yeah, and that's another one I got wrong.
I had the Buccaneers over the Eagles. Boom, shakalaka, bitch.
Hold on, who did you have?
34-0. Huh? Buccaneers over the Eagles.
Okay, I also got that one.
We don't pick the 49ers game.
Right.
I had the Chiefs over the Chargers, which
Yep.
I was shocked at how low score that was. And then I had the Rams beating the Bears. That's my first loss on the ESPN there.
The Bears.
Go Bears. You had the Bears, Alex.
Oh yeah, I did.
I had Steelers beating the Colts.
Yep, so did
That didn't
I.
go so well. I had the Jets beating the Broncos.
Yep, so did I. Yeah.
That didn't go so well. Kicker missed field goal, or the Broncos would have lost that. Just saying. I had Bengals beating the Panthers, which that was closer than I expected.
Yeah, so did I.
Texans beating the Jaguars,
Yep.
which that was closer than I expected, but they're in the same division. So, and did I have? I don't remember if I had Commanders beating the Cardinals.
No, we both had the Cardinals winning. 'Cause we both got that one wrong.
You know, if it wasn't, it almost wasn't be for that game. I probably would have won my bet besides Steelers. Now that I think about it, I have to relook. I don't remember who I had for the Raiders Browns game.
You had the Raiders because I had the Browns and I got it wrong.
I had the Bills winning, didn't I?
Yep, you sure did. So did I.
Fuck you, Ravens. Did I have the Dolphins winning?
You sure did.
Yeah, that was my bad. And I had the Lions win. I did.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. I did do good. Damn.
Yeah, you did. I mean, we were actually considering we were fairly close this week to each other.
So, okay. Talk about the Bears and Rams real quick. I'm still not wrong about Caleb Williams. 24-18. Listen, dude. The Rams don't got anybody. So he's only got 157 yards throwing. I don't know if that's a good look or not still. I just don't. You just went against a team that has no wide receivers. And you almost lost that. Like you just put Cooper Kupp on that team and they're good. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just Bears are, I don't know. They need to work. They need some work. I don't have nothing. There's no other games besides Jaden Daniels balling out that I have to talk about. Jaden Daniels is looking spectacular. All right.
I guess we'll go on and do week 5 real quick.
Yes.
Okay. So for anyone new, we go through the games for the upcoming week. I have my picks written down. Chris picks his. He's not supposed to talk about the games. It's supposed to be a quick game. And instead, he goes through every freaking game.
I have to explain why I'm picking that team. I can't just say, oh, Buccaneers because it's Buccaneers.
Okay, but you don't ask me why I picked the teams I picked.
Hey, don't let me start doing that on the NHL portion because we'll be here all night.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah, but look at how many NFL teams is.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
I mean,
NHL
Jesus Lord.
Yeah. Just wait till I tell you how many games there are in week 2.
Oh, God.
But, like, there's only 18 weeks in fucking football. So, I mean, gee, I gotta pick why I'm picking who I'm picking. God, Alex, you fucking loser.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll start here. So, first game
Buccaneers
is...
and Falcons.
Yes.
Are you on ESPN?
No, I have it literally listed on my notes over here.
Oh, I'd rather go through. If you want me to do it fast, you just start getting on ESPN and I'll go through it that way. Because they have it in a different list. Buccaneers and the Falcons. I'm going to pick the Falcons!
Okay.
Because they're at home. That's why I'm picking them. At home.
Okay.
Since you can't let me talk. I'm waiting for you, bitch.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Jets at Vikings.
It's in London. Ooh.
I didn't even see that. I didn't know.
Oh, maybe you should get on ESPN, motherfucker. Let's see. That's fucking tough, man. First off, Jets will have a. First off, Jets has a slower flight time, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the weather going to be? If the weather's shit, Minnesota. If the weather's nice, Jets. Can I do it that way?
No, you gotta pick one.
You're an asshole.
You gotta pick one.
I'll pick one. I'll take my sweet ass time because I'm going to look at the weather stats here.
For the love of God.
It doesn't give any fucking weather updates for this game. None. Tickets as low as $174.
That's not low.
It says as low as. I didn't say it was low. You know, I'm just gonna go fucking. I don't even know what stadium that is. Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh no, I know where that's at.
London.
Well, yeah, I know, but I just read an article about it.
I'm gonna go. You know, I'm just going on a limb. I'm gonna go Jets. Fuck it. Aaron Rodgers shows out against Minnesota. I'm just hoping it's nice, asshole.
So who are you picking?
Won't let me pick. I said the Jets, bitch.
Oh, okay. Next game is Panthers at Bears.
Panthers.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Colts at Jaguars.
See, this is why you need to get on ESPN, because I can see who's... Jacksonville. Looks like it's supposed to be rainy. We're going to go Jags. You know what? They're getting their first win this week.
Okay. Dolphins at Patriots.
Let's see. Dolphins at Patriots. Looks like it's 65 there. We're going to go Patriots.
Okay. Ravens at Bengals.
Ravens are fucking knocking them out of the park.
Okay. Browns at Commanders.
Commanders. That's not even a question.
Okay. Bills at Texans. Yeah, I know that one was a tough one.
You put me on the spot on that one. Ooh. They're in the dome. Man. This is gonna be a game, baby. I'm gonna have to go. And that's a 1 o'clock game, so I got to bet on that one. Oh, Fuck! Texans.
Okay.
Texans, baby. We're going Texans! Let's do it!
Raiders at Broncos.
Oh, Jesus Christ! And that's another game I gotta bet on. You know what? Fuck it. Bo Nix all the way, baby. We're gonna go Bo fucking Nix. He's gonna give me a fucking $1,000 fucking payout.
Is that the Broncos?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's.
We're gonna skip over that game.
Oh, I wonder what game that is.
The Giants at Seahawks. Yeah, no, that's a joke, right?
It's the Giants, dude. Or, this Seattle, they're winning. It's the Giants. Giants are getting swamped.
Packers at Rams.
Packers. Packers are winning that.
Ha! Cowboys at Steelers.
Micah Parsons. You know what? No, Steelers. Micah Parsons ain't in the game. He's probably doubtful. He's probably not playing. So I'm gonna go with the fucking. That's gonna be a good game to watch. I can't wait to watch that one.
And then Saints at Chiefs.
I don't have to bet on that one, so I'm good. You already know my pick.
I
It's
know.
prime time.
I know.
It's prime time Monday night. You know they're going to get calls. Sorry, Saints. I want to say the Saints are come marching home. I'm probably going to... I can't bet on this game, so I don't really care. But I'm going to say the Chiefs are winning this. But I hope the fuck I get it wrong. And again, you already know why I'm picking the Chiefs. Is because it's prime time. They're going to get calls on them. So, bye week teams, we got Lions, Titans, Eagles, and Chargers. They're all on bye weeks. So, rest up, boys. You got a big week next week.
So wait, who did you pick for the last game?
You're not paying attention. The
Not
fucking Chiefs.
not to that one. I wasn't. I don't.
It's
care.
fucking prime time. You think they're not going to get fucking calls? They're gonna pass interference every fucking play and probably not get a call. They're gonna hold every fucking play and not get a call. It's prime time. If it was a 1 o'clock game, I'd say the Saints, but it ain't. It's a fucking prime time Monday morning or Monday evening game.
Fair enough. All right.
I hope the fuck I'm wrong.
So we're gonna do something a little different this week. Podcast. We're actually gonna do NHL this week.
Oh, okay.
NHL.
And we're gonna bring our little WWE expert in to do NHL because he knows a little more about hockey. What the fuck? He knows a lot more about hockey than we do. We just have teams and that's it. So
Yeah, Utah Hockey Club, baby. I remember their team name. Let's get it.
One day, Chris, and be like, all right, what team is this?
So I've got my picks, and I've got my notebook, and I'm gonna mark off if.
I got my notebook.
Shut up! I'm gonna mark off if I pick the same as Ethan or Chris, and.
So before we get started with NHL, though, we need to make sure that the people understand that we're gonna do week 1 games, not like any preseason. So.
Yeah, which we didn't.
Starts on the first season. Games start on Friday, so
Yes, I made sure that I reiterated to Ethan, I'm only doing week 1, no preseasons, right?
No,
yes.
yeah, I wanted to only do week 1 as well. I didn't want to do preseason.
I didn't think so because
preseason doesn't matter. So.
I started doing my list here, and I was like, this is a big list.
But it's preseason's a good indicator though to look at for season 1, but at the same time it also isn't because they're just doing it to see what they need to fix.
Yeah, just to warm up a little bit.
Hold on, just before we get too far ahead here.
Yep.
It looks like preseason starts or ends Saturday.
No, it actually starts on Friday. If you go to the NHL website,
I'm on ESPN, and it shows preseason at the very bottom. So Saturday, October 5th, Avalanche at Hockey Club. It does say preseason underneath.
Okay.
So I think maybe start Monday or Tuesday.
That's it's confusing me because when I went and looked on NHL, it said this. Let me go schedule here. You'll go down to Friday, October 4th, and it says start of the regular season.
Maybe
So I
don't
it must overlap.
It could, because this is what confuses me. It says Devils at Sabres. They both have an 0-0 record, but it says
Yeah.
NHL Global Series.
Yeah,
Fuck's
they do
global?
like that's like a special, kind of like how they do the classic, the NHL Classic. This is kind of like it's a new thing I think they're doing.
So that actually might be a regular season. That's why.
Yeah, that does count as towards a record.
Because they're, like I said, it's 0-0 on the record. So
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So now I'm looking again. I'm actually starting to see like where it says neutral site. Those are the regular season. So yes, there are still preseason games going.
and I see once we get to Tuesday, October 8th, it's all regular season.
Yes.
So
by
just a heads
next
up,
week
Alex.
we'll have all regular.
Well, I based it off of, I don't remember if I was on ESPN or NHL, but I based it off of whatever it said. So
The reason I go off of this is the only reason I go off of you know what? I'll just share it real quick. I'll just share my screen and show why I go off of ESPN.
Yeah.
You'll see. You guys probably be like, "Oh my god, that's awesome."
yeah, well, you told
Yeah,
me to go to ESPN to do the season standings, and I hated the way ESPN had it set up. Hated it.
It's season standings are easy. Look,
No,
literally right there.
I know.
That's season standings.
Yeah, I know, but when I just
How's
Googled,
that confusing?
when I went on to Google and just typed in season standings, half of this stuff wasn't on there, and I wasn't sure if I needed to know any of that or.
You're crazy, bro. That's easy to read. That I mean, anyway. Let me go to NHL.
Well,
So you go to scores. If you go to scores, this is why I like it so much. It shows you right here. You just go through the weeks. But this is I only do this a lot because of NFL. But you see, that's why I said, oh, that's why it's 0-0. And you just
Dude,
go
this is
through it, it
weird.
still says.
This is so weird because I see what you mean on the ESPN site because I'm looking at it on my PC. But then I go to the schedule and it does the same thing on Friday. It doesn't say preseason on it.
Yeah, because I think, like I said, I think that is it looks like that's going to be a regular season game.
When
The Devils and the
when you go to
Sabres.
Monday, October 7th, there's one game and it says preseason. So it's
Yeah.
they need to like find a better way to do this.
But see, this is why I was talking about, Alex, the NFL. This is why I do NFL this way.
See that my ADHD does not like any
How
of that.
is this a cult? They got it in literally just a list of how early the games are.
I know, but
1
my
o'clock and then 4 o'clock.
my brain's telling me I gotta look at the other stuff too,
What other stuff?
like everything on the side there. I know I don't have to, but my brain's telling me I have to.
Jeez.
You are the dumbest person I've ever met in my life. You don't have you can talk about Baker Mayfield at 984 yards. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you talk about. This is showing the leaders of that team, of both Buccaneers and Falcons. Baker Mayfield is above Kirk Cousins. Bijan Robinson's above Rashid White and the Buccaneers, and Godwin's above any wide receiver on the Falcons. So I mean, you're just weird, dude. You're fucking weirdo, Alex.
Alright, so anyways, we're gonna have to fly through the rest of this podcast. You do know that, right?
Yeah, we'll get it.
I'm just gonna go off of what my list was because I didn't see the preseason shit. So I've got preseason games in it too, but it'll just go quicker if I just.
Yeah, I when I made my list, it said that none of these were preseason games. So
they just need to do a better job of organizing that.
yeah, there should
Well, once
be.
the teams that are with we're good, so it won't matter.
Yeah, it won't matter either way. So.
So,
All right.
Yep, go ahead, Ethan.
Well, obviously the Devils versus the Sabres, that's an actual season game, so that one will be correct at least. There's 23 games in the first week. First one's Devils and Sabres. It's a special one. I picked the Sabres for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Sabres too because I've heard about them last year. So
Yeah,
I
so
heard they were pretty
one
good
of the
last
better
year.
teams. The Devils were pretty decent too, but I think the Sabres are going to get it.
Okay.
And then I had the Senators versus the Red Wings. I think that's preseason, but I had the Red Wings winning that one.
They just won against the Pens today or something. I don't know if it was today or yesterday.
Something like that. I think it was yesterday.
I'm gonna go Red Wings on that one, just because they're at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next I had Lightning versus Hurricanes. I went with the Hurricanes.
I have the city names, not the team names, so I'm like,
I'll say the city names as well, if that helps.
So that's Tampa Bay and
Tampa Bay.
Carolina.
Or at least just one of them, because then you can just process of elimination the other one. So
Yeah, I'll have Lightning winning now. I'll go against Ethan on that one.
okay. And at least some of the logos are pretty obvious.
Okay.
I actually think Tampa Bay Lightning is actually Jamarcus's team.
Yes, that is.
It is, yeah. So wait,
So you know what? Let's go Lightning, baby.
So you are picking the Lightning.
I am, yes, I am. Ethan's picking Hurricanes, I think he said.
One Hurricanes.
Okay, just want to make sure that I'm marking this down correctly.
I also did Megan did guesses as well, but I'll just for the sake of time. Next was the Blue Jackets versus the Pens. I mean, I'm just gonna say this out front. Every time the Pens are playing, I'm going with them. So
yeah, of course.
I'm gonna go Blue Jackets.
You bitch.
I'm just going off strictly off record.
Blue Jackets is
the opposite of the Pens.
Blue Jackets are. Oh my god, I cannot remember them from the life.
Columbus.
Yes, thank you. Let's see. Next game was Rangers versus Islanders. I'm going to go with the New York Rangers for that one because the New York Islanders are one of the. They're an okay.
They're like hit or miss, I think, for me.
But the Rangers were number one in Metropolitan last season.
Yeah, so. I'm going to go Rangers too because like Islanders were like they were stars and then they were like they died off and then they were like I don't know.
They
down last year.
And then next was Minnesota Wild versus Chicago Blackhawks. I'm going Minnesota Wild for that because of course, my favorite goaltender is on their team. So,
you know what? Just for the sake of them not having a win in the preseason, I'm gonna go the Blackhawks.
Oh my god, they don't have a win yet.
Yeah,
they're usually one of the better teams.
Yeah,
but Marc-Andre Fleury is on Minnesota Wild. It's my favorite goaltender.
Me too.
All right, and then next is the Winnipeg Jets and the Calgary Flames. I picked the Jets for that one.
So you picked
the Winnipeg Jets.
Okay.
You're gonna get pegged by the Jets. I'm gonna do Flames just because they got Flames.
Okay.
Just because they have Flames. Then I had the Anaheim Ducks versus the San Jose Sharks, and I'm going with Anaheim Ducks for that one because
the Sharks, baby.
The Sharks record last season should tell you everything you need to know.
Although, hey, listen. The reason I'm picking the Sharks, and this is going to be a dumb reason, okay? Last year, we were doing NHL bets. They're the only motherfuckers that got my bet. Every motherfucking other team lost. The Sharks won that motherfucker. I said, oh, what's up? What's up, Sharks? That's the only reason I'm picking. Literally, the worst team beat a team, and I mean, they were not supposed to win that, but I mean, they did somehow, so fuck it.
Sometimes they pull it out of their ass. All right, next was the Edmonton Oilers versus the Vancouver Canucks, and I chose the Oilers for that one.
Yeah, I might get Oilers too, but I could see that one.
Yeah, I could go either way, I'd say.
That one's a good one there. The Cucks.
The Cucks. So
Ducks.
okay, I just did them. Okay. And then next is again the Sabres versus the Devils, Buffalo Sabres versus New Jersey Devils. I once again am going with the Sabres again for that one.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Sabres too. And
And
that I
then-
think that's a regular season one.
Yeah, from there on out it should be majority, or they start to transition over. So, and then next is the Boston Bruins versus the Capitals. I picked the Bruins for that one
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Bruins as well.
because they smoked them last season.
And that
And
one
then-
shows it's a preseason, so who knows?
Yeah. So then we have Carolina Hurricanes versus the Nashville Predators, and I chose the Predators for that one.
Yeah, because Diddy's on that, so
My son is driving me crazy.
Diddy's on the Predator list, so I'm gonna go with Predators. Oh fuck.
Next is the Colorado Avalanche versus the Utah Hockey Club, and I picked the Hockey Club for that one.
Hockey Club, that's my team. I don't know if my viewers Jamarcus in here or not, because I just texted him said we're talking about a hockey guy. I know he's a hockey guy. That's my team. The new team came out, Hockey Club, baby. Let's get it.
And then next is the Montreal Canadiens versus the Ottawa Senators, and I had the Montreal Canadiens for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Canadians as well.
All right, and then next was Detroit Red Wings versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I went with the Maple Leafs for that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to go against the Maple Leafs, in my opinion.
Yeah, they have some of the best, one of the best, better offenses in the NHL at least. And then this one's an obvious one. Florida Panthers versus the LA Kings. Obviously, I'm picking the Panthers because I mean they destroyed last year. They won the Stanley Cup, so they're probably going to come in here with fire.
Yeah, I could go either way with that one, just because that one's. It tells me it's preseason, so I mean they might want to. So I'll just go Kings on that one, just because it's a preseason.
Yeah, and then next was St. Louis Blues, and then or Blue Jackets versus the Chicago Blackhawks, and I'm going with the Chicago Blackhawks for that one.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Blackhawks for me. I just like the name.
And then we have the San Jose Sharks again, and they're going against the Vegas Golden Knights, and I went with the Golden Knights for
Golden
that.
Knights, yeah, that was an easy pick.
And then it looks like we had. Did I miss this one? No, I did put it down. And then, no, I didn't. I actually missed that Monday preseason game, so I'm just gonna skip it. Or yeah.
And if it's Marcus in here, he's going Lightning. Yeah, and then it's regular season. Tuesday,
Yep.
October 8th.
Yep. Yeah, I see it says ESPN Plus for those ones. So plus, usually the ticket prices kind of tell you as well. But
Yeah, that's true.
the St. Louis Blues versus Seattle Kraken. I went with the St. Louis Blues for that one.
I don't have that game.
I think I'm going to have to go Kraken because I think they're another team I bet on, and they had a low record and they beat a high record team.
I don't have that
They
team
did-
on here.
They did
That's,
all right.
that's a Tuesday, October 8th game for next week.
Oh, I was gonna say I just did what
That's a regular season one. You might want to star those.
Well, that's a good idea. Star them. And then we have the Boston Bruins versus the Florida Panthers.
I'm going Bruins.
I'll stick with the Panthers for that one as well.
Yeah, see, when I looked it up, mine stopped at San Jose and Vegas and then told me everything else was week 2.
Yeah.
Well, this is regular. This is the start of the regular season.
Yeah,
And obviously,
was
I'm going
doing-
hockey club.
I'm just doing from Wednesday to Tuesday, and then Wednesday I started because usually games on Wednesdays are going to be 7 p.m. or later. So, and then the last game for that is the Blackhawks versus the Hockey Club, and I think the Blackhawks will win that one.
I'm going hockey club, baby. Hey, so fun fact: tickets as low as $92 for that game
Oh,
at
that's not
Utah.
bad.
At Utah, Utah is opening up their season at home.
Oh, well, good for them.
I'm just saying, the Blues and the Kraken's tickets are $46.
How much are the
So I don't know.
How much are the Pens tickets?
It'll probably be about
They might not.
still preseason.
I'd say $94, $92 like these two are.
Yeah. Let me go look at what their actual season tickets are.
So, fun fact about Utah, I just looked it up. If they're ever going to change their name and stuff, I just looked up. The team will play their inaugural season in 24-25 with temporary name and colors, while full identity is developed in time for 25-26. So,
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have to keep in track of what team name.
Okay, so
I
that's
say
why they're
the
just called,
hockey club.
they say that's why they're just called the Hockey Club. So they're still figuring it out.
Yeah,
That's
I like
awesome.
that.
Yeah, that's
I like
pretty cool.
hockey club. Maybe not the logo. The logo could be used some.
They'll figure it out.
And the baby blue, I mean, the jerseys could go fire.
Yeah.
You could do like a dark black with blue, like that baby blue. Oh, that would look sweet. All right, sorry, I just had to mention that since I'm a hockey guy.
Yeah, well, that's all the games that I had for that week.
Alex, the Sabres and Devils, you might want to start as well because that looked like it was a regular
Yes,
season.
that's both of their games are regular season. I'll say congratulations to the Devils and the Sabres for being the special events. Because I think
they go back to back Friday and Saturday.
Yes, so I had them pretty separated, but they are right after another, which I saw.
Okay, yeah. So those two will probably be
global series.
I guess they're go against their regular season record.
That's right. So it's a special event. Their global series. They're going to Prague.
Oh.
So that will be an interesting. I'll have to watch that one for sure. Going to see the Czechs.
Alrighty. So then next week we'll be a little more organized with that one. And next week we will also have the pie chart. The pie chart took a lot of time this week.
Yeah, the pie chart did take.
I'll just say week 2 going to be a lot more games. There's 51 games in week 2. So
holy shit.
Yep.
And we should almost just do the Wednesday games real quick. I mean, I have them up. Well, that way, because if we do our podcast on a Wednesday, we can't really predict the Wednesday games.
Yeah, that's a good.
We'll be ahead then. So Rangers at Pens. Obviously, you're picking the Pens.
Obviously, even though they're but
yeah, I'm gonna pick the Rangers. Avalanche or the Golden Knights. I'm picking. I'm gonna go Golden Knights on that one.
I'll go Avalanche.
Maple Leafs at the Canadians, or I can never. I see that word and I just flip out. I'm going on Maple Leafs.
Yep, that's what I was going.
Jets at Oilers. I'm going Oilers.
Oilers or Jets? Yeah, Jets are a very good team. So
and then Flames at Canucks, which they just played a fucking. They'd be playing almost back to back because they just had a. I'm gonna go Canucks on that one. Because it's regular season now. All right, so Wednesday's taken care of.
Yep. And I'll when I start making those next week's list, I'll include Wednesday's games as well. So it'll be Wednesday to Wednesday for
to Wednesdays, yeah. Well, technically Thursdays to Wednesdays, but
oh yeah, but
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
well, that's what I'm saying. If we start late, and I mean the games are already started at 7 o'clock, I mean it's going to be hard to predict.
Exactly.
So, all right, we better
better
move on.
segue right into WWE stuff.
It's our Beyond the Bell segment, baby. All right, so I mean we kind of got a lot to talk about, but we kind of can go right through it.
Yeah,
too.
no, this won't be too bad, I will say. Last week's SmackDown, first match was Bayley versus Naomi, with Bayley getting the win. Which, I mean, I saw that coming personally, but I almost kind of want Naomi to win some.
I do too, but
I get it. I'm not upset about it. So
I really like Bailey. I mean, I'm to be honest, I also like Bailey just because she's a 49er
he's a
fan.
49ers fan, yeah. Andrade versus Carmella Hayes, with Hayes getting the win.
God, I'm so sick of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting sick of that.
I think it's finally ending though, coming up. So
I mean, because Andrade has all this potential, and it's just they keep putting him against Carmella Hayes. It's like, all right, come on, let him do something else. Let him go.
Mishin versus Piper Niven, with Mishin getting the win.
Yeah, I kind of seen that one coming.
Yeah, so did I.
It was like,
I love that Chelsea Green came out of the trash can full of trash, and that shit was hilarious to me, dude. She's all this like preppy girl. Yeah, she's this preppy little girl. Here she comes with a fucking trash can full of food or fucking junk.
Team RKO versus Solo Sequoia and
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, with Solo and Fatu with the W.
Wait, Jacob Fatu? You mean?
Yeah. So
he
that lost because of fucking Cody Rhodes, and I can see there was some tension there, but I hope they don't do too much with Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and one of them's turning heel, but I don't know. I just don't want to see it, you know?
It's probably gonna be KO.
Yeah, it's always KO.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We're gonna get into heel turns. Don't you worry. Raw 2 nights ago, there was a little bit more going on, I will say. This is a pretty good Raw.
More entertaining on Raw.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Rey Mysterio versus Xavier Woods, and can we just say the unmasking?
Yeah.
I was like,
oh.
Yeah,
I was like, was that supposed to happen? Or
yeah, I know. It was kind of like
I know that happened one other time with Ray, and it was a complete accident.
Well,
yeah, which made it funny.
the comments were saying you could see him messing with the mask before that whole.
It probably was like intentional.
Yeah, and intentional, just to kind of hype up Raw a little more. Because I mean, let's be real. And Woods got the W off of that.
Obviously.
Lyra Valkyria versus Stark. Stark getting the W.
I love me some Valkyria, so I don't know why they're doing her so dirty, dude.
LWO versus the Judgment Day, with the Judgment Day getting the win, of course.
No way.
Kofi Kingston versus Chad Gable, with Gable getting the win.
No.
They had to do my boy Kofi Kingston dirty like that.
Well,
speaking of people getting dirty things done to them, Awesome Truth versus Authors of Pain.
That's some bullshit.
I personally, I was kind of upset with Miz. However, he is a good heel, so I can't really complain. And
I think the Miz works better as a heel than he does a face.
I do. And did you guys see anything to do with what the Miz or with what R-Truth said after the fact?
Oh God,
yes.
He's like, the Miz is just confused. He thinks I'm still on the Judgment Day. I said, oh my God. I love him. He's a national treasure.
That man needs to be put in the Hall of Fame.
I agree. Him and Little Jimmy.
Yeah, just put Little Jimmy in.
Little Jimmy can be in it. Yeah, he can be in the Hall of Fame. And then our last monster standing, Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed with Strowman for the win, and
That was awesome.
That was a great match,
What's up, Andy?
especially that ending.
yeah.
That
I
ending
didn't-
was the fucking best,
I
dude.
mean, I didn't. I mean, like Chris said, Bronson Reed was the reason that Seth Rollins was out, but I still didn't see Seth Rollins coming back. Like, it still was a shock. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
I saw someone running down. I was
Rollins coming out, dude.
It was like, who the hell was that for a second? I was like, oh, wait a minute.
That's Seth freaking Rollins.
so,
Yeah, I got out of my seat for that one, dude.
So, SmackDown preview before we get into Bad Blood. I do have the SmackDown preview. I put everything in order. AJ Styles returning to SmackDown.
But he quit.
Wait a minute. Before we get to SmackDown, I might start watching NXT too, because Cora Jade just came back, and that was awesome. Cora Jade's CM Punk's daughter.
Oh, yeah,
that's
I
right.
forgot about that.
I always forget she's on NXT.
She just made her comeback yesterday, and I'm gonna tell you right now, boy, God, did she look good yesterday, dude. I'm into sparkles, all right, and I mean, she's wearing that sparkly outfit. I just had to throw that out there because she came back big time.
Well, I'd rather talk about her than freaking AJ Styles, so.
Fair
AJ
enough.
needs to go back to his old theme. I don't like his new theme. He needs to go back to his old one.
The next confirmed match was the Tag Team Championship match, Triple Threat Ladder, Bloodline versus DIY versus Street Profits.
Gee, I wonder who's gonna win that.
I mean, the Bloodline's gonna win that. I'd like to see DIY win it, and I wouldn't mind seeing Street Profits, though, either, because I do like Street Profits. I just don't see them winning.
I did too. I don't see him winning either. There's
I
no
could
way.
see it being the Bloodline
Unless-
versus DIY.
Unless someone comes out like Cody or
Right, and that
Randy
you do
or
have to take that into account.
Evan. Then there's a possibility, but
Yeah.
or Roman for that matter.
And then the last confirmed match was the dumpster match. Mishan versus Chelsea Green.
Oh my god. I hope Chelsea wins.
Me too, but that is like, that's just so out there. Oh,
Yeah, I'm definitely watching NXT.
why? What's going on?
Roxanne Perez is also CM Punk's daughter. Yeah,
How
but
many
here's the
kids does he
catch.
have?
I mean, from what I see right there, that's the only. But Cora Jade came out yesterday to help Roxanne Perez, so I mean, that's kind of cool. It's like kind of like an USO thing going on there.
Yeah.
I like that. That's kind of okay. Okay, that kind of got me more interested in some freaking NXT.
Nepotism.
I don't know who Roxanne Perez is. I'll have to look her up now.
And then that just segues right into Bad Blood then. First match is WWE Women's Championship, Bayley versus Nia. I honestly don't know about that one.
I hope Bailey takes it.
I hope she does
I'm
too,
so, I'm so sorry, Ethan.
I mean, you already know my pick for that one, but
Yeah, I'm just saying.
we'll be
I
getting
kinda
shit faced, so it doesn't matter. So
I kind of wish Bailey takes it because then that opens up the door for like Tiffany Stratton to get it
Yeah.
and Naomi, because I see what's going to happen. In theory, if Bailey wins the title back, then the first thing she's going to do is offer the title shot to Naomi, and then right there's the heel turn. Tiffany's going to say, whoa, wait a minute. Then it's going to be number one contender match between Tiffany and Naomi, and then maybe even Nia Jax gets involved. And I can see a lot of shit happening if Bailey wins. If I see Nia Jax winning, then I don't see... I mean, there's a storyline there still. Like, Naomi might go for it, but I feel like it's better set up if Bailey wins it, because then there could be, like, a fatal four-way match for the fucking title. That would be cool. We don't see that very many times in the women's division.
right.
Next match, which actually might be a banger, is Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. That actually might not be.
It's gonna be a banger. It's Damian Priest and fucking Finn Balor, dude.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's gonna be a pretty damn good
What
match.
what do they call Damien?
The bisexual Undertaker.
Bisexual Undertaker.
that's just funny.
Bisexual Undertaker.
Oh my god.
I'm going with Damian Priest because again,
Yeah.
I like him in a Judgment Day, but then like he kind of like got kicked out of Judgment Day, so I'm like, you know what? I can roll with Damian Priest now. Although there's only one time I will fucking go with Finn Balor. And we all know who that is. That's the Demon Finn Balor. I will always go with the Demon Finn Balor, dude. It seems like when he puts that outfit on, he's way more Daredevil-ish, I guess I could use word.
Makes sense.
Because did you guys watch that steel cage match with or Hell in a Cell? It was Hell in a Cell with him and Edge.
Yeah.
Dude. That shit actually, like, that ladder actually hit him, and he kept going, dude. He had to have stitches at the end of the fucking match.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of injuries, Alex, don't we have a WWE injury for once? An actual injury.
Oh yeah, Dragunov.
Dragunov.
Yeah.
ACL.
Ugh.
Ugh,
That's a
yeah.
nasty
Well,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Though. He can come back from that 6 months later. He'll be back.
Oh yeah. He'll probably be back at Royal Rumble.
It's a lot better than a back injury like Randy Orton.
Yeah. Next match is Women's World Championship, Ripley versus Morgan, which I know who Chris wants to win.
Libby, baby!
I have a feeling that the lesbians are going to come out in full force for this match.
Lesbian mermaid coming in hot, baby.
Oh my god.
And,
oh my god,
Ethan,
I forgot about that!
Ethan, I didn't say this in our chat, in our little chat that we have, the Royal Rumble chat, but I gotta say that when I said lesbian mermaid, it just made me laugh because her name is Liv Morgan. LM.
Yeah.
LM and LM.
It matches.
Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
I don't know. I feel like that might be a no contest.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting as well. And then, of
I feel
course,
like that could definitely be a no contest.
Of course, our Hell in a Cell, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. They just need to put this one to rest. They need to do this one, and then that be it.
Please, WWE, put it to rest.
And
this is definitely done. This is done after this, guaranteed.
And did anyone notice a match I didn't say?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I just seen it. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on. I want to make sure that I have the right.
I know who you're talking about.
One of the matches got pulled.
Yeah.
And of course.
Of course, it ain't gonna show.
No. Hold on. Like I said, I just want to make sure. Oh, yeah. Sami Zayn versus Gunther.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's okay, though, that it got pulled from Bad Blood. Because it's going to be on Raw.
Yeah.
Right.
So, they just pushed
I wonder why they pulled it, though. Like, what was the...
Maybe time constraints.
It probably was time. Yeah.
Time crunches.
So that was the first thing on the Raw preview was Sami Zayn versus Gunther, which they need to just let, I don't know.
They need to...
Yeah, that rivalry needs
Sami
to just...
he needs to retire.
When Sami came back for that rivalry, I was like, no, can we not do this?
Yeah, but did you see Braun Breaker come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I was like, okay, now that's better. That's more like it.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement.
See, and that's kind of why I was wishing like Jey Uso lost the Intercontinental. I was hoping he would go for more of a bigger because they were like, he was going after that world heavyweight for a while. Like, he's been at contender matches, and then he got the shot, and then he got robbed of his shot from Jimmy that one time. Remember, Jimmy pulled him from the ring. I don't know. It was like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Before Jimmy was, got knocked out or whatever from the Bloodline. He pulled him. I mean, he had the title won right there, but he pulled him. So, I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. Kind of wish he would have went for a bigger title. Whoa, I went blurry. Blurry at blurries.
Main event Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods for the Intercontinental title.
Let's go Uso, of course.
Yeah.
Yeet.
I like Xavier. I mean, out of all of the New Day, I didn't like Xavier Woods. Like, I liked him the least. But I still don't mind him. So, like, but I like Jey Uso more, so. And then the last confirmed Raw preview match that I found was Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. And a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match.
What the hell's a Donnybrook match?
I don't know. I saw that and I thought, well, I'm going to add that in. Donnybrook match.
Let's do a fucking Donnybrook match.
I
can see Sheamus saying it.
It is an Irish pub no disqualification match.
I hope they drink a fucking beer when they do it.
Oh my god.
Hey, you want to sell this over a fucking pint?
Can we please let Sheamus win?
Sheamus is winning that. No, Sheamus is winning that. It's no DQ.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how he's been losing lately, is because Pete Dunne was, your face is blurry. It just throws me off every time. Is, him fucking cheating and shit. So, I can see Sheamus winning and then chugging a fucking point, mate.
Yeah.
Or he goes up to the barrel and drinks it out. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That would be funny. Yeah, it says that they set the ring up like a pub and they just let him go at it. So that'll be a fun match.
Stone Cold comes out. Hey man, where's the fucking beer?
I would die.
Oh. But all right, Ethan, you got anything to add before we end this? Because it's like 2 hours and 14 minutes. I know he's with his baby right now. And she's muted. I'll ask you, Alex.
Oh my god, all these kids are all up at once. It's crazy.
Anything you want to add?
So I could see how might go with since Seth Rollins came back, but Braun Breaker might go after. Or no, I'm getting confused. This is why I hate all these people with B names, because I get them all confused. So now I'm like confusing people. But so never mind. I don't have anything to add.
Dang, I need fucking sunglasses for mine.
I
God
know.
damn, this shit bright as fuck in my face. All right, so I don't have much to add because WWE is gonna be painful this weekend because we gotta go to this guy's wedding and stuff. So it's like
some loser's wedding, right?
I won't be able to watch it till Sunday, but then Sunday's football, so then I probably won't be able to watch it on Sunday because I'll probably be a little bit hungover from this dude's wedding, and it's just gonna be a crazy fucking weekend. It's gonna be a fucking banger after banger after banger. That's all I gotta say about that.
We'll see if anything interesting happens.
Spotify. I hope you guys will come to my YouTube and watch some of this shit because you guys are missing out a lot. Or Twitch, whatever. Again, this will be uploaded. Spotify users, this will be uploaded on Friday, Alex. On Friday at 6 a.m. So, again, if you're in your car and you want to listen to it, feel free. I guess Spotify, if you're listening to it, it's going to be a Thursday morning. So you don't really have to listen to it in your car. But if you want to watch it later on, it'll be there ready for you guys. Obviously, it's going to be on my Twitch for 30 days. So if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, don't want to give me that subscribe. But anyway, I love you guys. We'll see you next week. Again, next week probably won't be as long. This was a 2-hour session because we had a lot to talk about. I mean, it was week 4. It was prime time. We had NHL coming in. I did kind of a longer segment for esports, but that's okay.
We
So
have
let's just
a PPV week for WWE.
Yeah, that's another thing that
PP.
messed us up was the
we got
pay-per-view.
a PP event this week. So, but yeah, but yeah, love you guys. Peace out, YouTube. I'm going to upload that shit. So watch my bets for this week. So what's up, YouTube? We're gonna go ahead and bet the Sunday evening games and I guess morning
Charge
games.
streams.
So I picked Jets. We'll go with the. Oh my god, dude, come on! I picked the Jets. I picked Commanders. I picked the Ravens. I picked Houston, which that's another scary one. I did pick Panthers, didn't I? I picked the Jags to win this one. Which, oh, you know what? I forgot that Joe Flacco might be. Shit, that might fuck my bet up. I have the Patriots winning. We don't bet on that game. Do you remember who I had for the Broncos? I think I had the Broncos.
Yeah, the
winning.
Broncos, yeah.
I have Seattle winning, which I'll be okay. If any other of them lose, I'm okay with that one losing because I need the Seahawks to lose. I have the Packers winning this one. And this is a Sunday night game. I don't want to bet on that one, so go ahead. $1,800, man.
That's not bad.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. So you see my balance, 325, boys. So there's my picks. Guys, please, please, please like this video and give me some luck on this, man. Give me some luck. Again, real quick, why I don't bet on the Thursday games, because I don't want my bet to be fucked first thing, dude. I don't want it to be fucked. So I just do the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. I guess I'm going to do the 9 o'clock game too, which I don't think is fair. I should take it off, but whatever. The Jets is going to lose, but, you know, I got faith in Aaron Rodgers. So that 10 bet slip, let's get it. Let's go ahead and just place it. And right before I'm done, let me just go ahead and show you which one I actually won on. So I won on this one right here. I had Jaden Daniels scoring, Xavier Worthy, and this is the one I picked myself. David Montgomery and Tyler Huntley, dude. Tyler Huntley scored so late, but he got it. It doesn't matter. Fuck yeah, won 325. So wish me luck for this 1,800, guys. And again, peace out. Love you guys. See you next week.